cruise news time, and there's a lot going on over here at the Triple L headquarters today. I got to tell you about a hurricane, another hurricane impacting cruises. There's some indication out there that crew masking may be going away, and there's one cruise line that has beat everybody else to the punch when it comes to completely removing testing for everyone. Major cruise line, and that means what you think it means. Also, did Jenny and I become swingers? That seems to be a question from yesterday. And I got to tell you guys about a cheating scandal that is rocking a professional sport right now. I think it's a professional sport. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views. Happy Monday, everybody. It is Monday, October the 3rd, 2022. And here we go. Let's do it again. Look, first and foremost, I have to address the upside-down pineapple in the room. Yesterday, I wore my pineapple shirt. Now, I've had this shirt for many years before I even knew what an upside-down pineapple meant in the cruising space. And I don't wear this shirt on cruises anymore, but I love wearing this shirt on the show because it's always guaranteed to get some comments, and I got a lot of comments yesterday. A lot of people said, "Are you trying to tell us something, Tony?" There were some people with some cheeky comments. Look, first and foremost, single upside-down pineapple is the sign for the swinger. Single, uno, one. Just the one upside-down pineapple is an indication that you're swingle and ready to mingle. Is that even a term? A shirt with a bunch of pineapples facing all different directions. Well, that's not on me. That's on you. It is always interesting to me to see who makes the cheeky comments. And yeah, I was trolling a little bit. Thank you guys for playing along yesterday. But yeah, unfortunately, if you're out there hoping that Jenny and I are in the lifestyle, we're not. We're not in the lifestyle. And the shirt that has just like if I eat a can of Dole pineapples, it does not mean I am a swinger. And if you wear some sort of apparel that has all kinds of pineapples on it, that also doesn't mean that you're a swinger. But it does mean that you might get some interesting comments because people really want to. They're reaching. People really want to make that reach. So there you go. No swinging for us. How about that? Let's swing into some cruise news. Cruise news story number one. Well, the East Coast continues to deal with the hurricanes of the last week. Hurricane Fiona, Hurricane Ian, wrought with devastation. A lot of people still trying to get their power back on. There countless works underway to try and get some normalcy back. It will be weeks before there is normalcy for a lot of places on the East Coast. But the West Coast said, hold my beer. We're not just going to let you have some hurricanes. We got a hurricane of our own, and we've called it Orlean. Hurricane Orlean over there on the West Coast has disrupted the itineraries for a couple Princess cruises. Two Princess cruise ships, the Sapphire Princess and the Royal Princess, are doing cruises on the Mexican Riviera, and Hurricane Orlean has caused them to change their itinerary. But the Sapphire Princess and the Royal Princess will skip their upcoming stops in Puerto Vallarta, and Royal Princess will also skip its upcoming stop in Manzanillo. They will replace those stops. The Sapphire Princess will pick up a stop in San Diego, and the Royal Princess will pick up a stop in Mazatlan. It's hurricane season, y'all. Cruises continue to be disrupted by weather. Of course, the cruise companies will do what they need to do to keep people out of harm's way, which includes changing stops. Hopefully, that storm will not be devastating. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks that are in the path of Orlean, and hopefully they will get through it unscathed. Cruise news story number two, we're getting multiple reports of a cruise line that is making mask optional for their crew members. I watched a video by our friend, fellow YouTuber, and Royal Caribbean crew member Chris Wong, who is currently on the Ovation of the Seas up there in Alaska on the West Coast. And he mentioned in his video yesterday that the masks are coming off. Crew members have been given the leeway to take off their mask in crew areas and in some outdoor areas. I didn't even realize that they had to wear their mask all the time except when they were in their cabin or except when they were eating. I thought it was just really when they were interacting with guests, but no, they've been masked up the whole time, and now they're able to start removing those masks in crew areas. I saw that in the Chris Wong video, and then there's an article over at the Royal Caribbean blog that says they've spotted crew members even in guest area without mask, and with some conversation with the crew members that even maybe in the guest area masks are optional. This is good. This moves us more toward normalcy. I've seen a lot of commenters over the whole shutdown. People really freaked out by crew members wearing masks. I never got freaked out by anybody wearing a mask. I went to Asia prior to the shutdown. People wear masks all the time over there. I don't know. Maybe the shutdown brought out a phobia that people didn't even know they had, that they were afraid of doctor-looking people. I don't know. But anyways, it sounds like we will get to see the crew members' smiling faces. I heard that comment a lot. I just want to see the crew members' smiling face. So it looks like we are getting back to that. What do you think about that? Is that exciting? Are you excited that you'll be able to see the crew members' face again? I know it's exciting for the crew members. I have talked to a lot of crew members that said, I'll be excited when the mask comes off, just the same way as cruisers, we were all excited when the mask came off. So I'm glad that they have the option. I'm glad that they can wear it. If a crew member decides to wear a mask, please don't give them a hard time. I've seen that in scenarios too. When I was in Vegas, there would be some dealers with a mask and some dealers without a mask. And I saw some patrons, giving dealers that were wearing a mask a hard time, like, oh, I can't believe you're wearing that mask, And I was like, dude, like, if they want to wear the mask, let them wear the mask. What difference does it make to you? But anyways, everybody's all, okay. Are you excited? Again, this is somewhat, I haven't seen an official announcement other than what Chris Wong said, and he was talking basically crew areas, but it does seem like the Royal Caribbean article says that it may be happening in real time on Royal Caribbean ships. Have you been on a Royal ship lately? Have you noticed whether or not masked up or not masked up? Leave a comment below. And if you want to talk about normalcy, let's talk about cruise news story number 3. Norwegian Cruise Line, they've been working hard to be like the leaders in some of this. Remember, they were the leaders in saying, we're going to start back cruising, but only for vaccinated passengers. They were some of the first people to drop their protocols. They're dropping testing. They're dropping testing for everyone. So if you've been tracking along with it, the announcements that have come out have said, look, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to take a test. However, if you're unvaccinated, you do have to be tested before you cruise. Well, Norwegian Cruise Line dropping it right now, saying, look, come on. You don't have to be vaccinated. You don't have to test. You don't have to do any of it. Let's go cruising. That's what they're saying. And I think a lot of people will be excited about that. I know there's people out there that are unvaccinated that even though they could cruise, they don't want to take a test. Like, that's the final hurdle. Well, now Norwegian Cruise Line has an option for you. And the way it happens most of the time is if one of the major cruise lines do it, other major cruise lines do it. But let me ask you, unvaccinated, not wanting to take a test person, does this make Norwegian Cruise Line appealing in your eyes? What do you think about all that? Has Norwegian done it again? Leave a comment below. Now, I got to tell you about this cheating scandal that is rocking a professional sport. And I got a couple of travel things too. I got a question to ask you about airplane etiquette. But before I get there, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Thank you in advance. We hit on 196,000, so we're only 4K away from the 200K. This is the big goal for the end of the year. Will we get it by the end of the year? I'm excited about that. You can be a part of that number. If you want to be a part of the first 200,000, all you got to do is subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You get to be a part of the notification squad. If you're the very first person to comment on a video, you're the squad leader. I am hyped today. I am in a good mood. Let me share with you some micro content. So I'm a little bit addicted to TikTok, and I go down all these different rabbit trails on TikTok, but I do look for travel content. But man, there's a scandal blowing up on TikTok over the last few days that I'll share with you last. But first, let me show you this. Look at this clip here. So this is like a little fight going on between somebody that's in the row with the window on the airplane and the person that is behind them on the airplane. And it's a simple question. Who has the window right away? The person behind said, put the window down, I want to sleep. The person in front said, I'm not putting it down. who has the window right away? I feel like if you can access the window without having to reach through a seat, that's your window for you to do with what you please. Now, should you make some sort of social agreement to let the person behind you sleep? Maybe. That might be the right thing to do, but the attitude on both sides, who's got the right of way here? What would you do in this situation? Here's another video that I saw a couple weeks ago of how not to act on a plane. That's right. Some dude just hit a flight attendant. Now, this will get you arrested and banned for life from flying. This is crazy. We got to stop doing this. We have to encourage people not to hit workers, flight attendants in enclosed areas. It's crazy on the airplane because if somebody starts wailing on a flight attendant, then hopefully they got one of those marshals on there or the crew can lock the guy down. But if not, you got to get the Good Samaritan in there to wrangle somebody. Who wants to be that on an aeroplane? But okay, those are interesting. What do you think about those? Now let me kick it over to this story, which is crazy. Walleye fishing tournament. Now you may be saying, fishing tournament? Is that even a thing? Yes. And there is big money involved. There's these two guys that are winning all of the fishing tournaments or placing high in all of the fishing tournaments to the point that they've won $306,000, I think, over the last year in fishing tournaments, or maybe lifetime in fishing tournaments. The number is $306,000. These two dudes. And the way fishing tournaments work is you go fishing for 8 hours or 12 hours, depending what the rule is. You bring back your heaviest 5 fish in the category. They're fishing for walleye. You weigh those 5 fish, and whoever has the most weight on the fish, well, they win the tournament. So the tournament that just happened maybe less than a week ago, because this just blew up, I think there's like $40,000 or $45,000 on the line for this. And these same two guys that have been winning everything, they show up with 5 fish, and they're heavy. I think they were in second place at the time of the weigh-in for some sort of prize money. But something was weird at this weigh-in, and the other anglers are suspicious of these guys. They've been suspicious of these guys in the past because they've been subjected to lie detector tests. And what was weird is that their fish was about the same length and diameters of other people's fish, but their fish weighed a lot more. And so the tournament officials, they have the right to cut the fish open. They cut the fish open, and these dudes had been stuffing the fish with lead weights and other fillet of fish. They've been taking other fish parts, so that apparently, who knows how the process worked, but there are these weights that have been pushed into the mouth of the fish, and then they would push like some other fish fillets on top of it, so maybe you couldn't see it in the fish. And they cut open all the fish, and there's weights in the fish. If you go find these clips, there's people that are cursing these guys out, threatening them with violence, and at the end of the day, they got arrested. It's a huge scandal right now because the question is, how many tournaments have they won by stuffing lead weights into a fish? I guess you'll risk it for the biscuit. I guess you'll do whatever you have to do to get that bag of money. But wow, have you ever seen cheating on that level? Do you know anything about fishing? Have you seen this? I don't know why it showed up on my TikTok feed. I think it was just on everybody's TikTok feed. But there you go. A little micro content for your face. Thank you so much for watching the show. Let me say that for sure. You can do me a solid. If you enjoyed the show, you can hit the like button. And unfortunately, if you did not enjoy the show, well, I'll be forced to punish you. And your punishment will be this. The next time you go to eat dinner, a fish dinner, instead of actually getting to eat the fish, well, the restaurant or your spouse or whoever you're with, instead of feeding you fish, they're just going to stick lead weights down your gullet. They're just going to... That doesn't sound pleasant at all, does it? Does it? Does it? Not a swinger. You naughty people, not a swinger. All right. Thanks so much for checking out the show. This is Tony for Lido, Loca. And until the next time, hey, watch this video. YouTube says you should watch it. Until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.